Thank you. I saw a great film last week, Made in Dagenham. I don't know if anybody's had the chance to see it yet. The story of 187 working women in Ford's Dagenham car plant in London who fought, who got out, went on strike and fought for what they believed in. And I think it could not have come out at a better time. A popular film that celebrates working class struggle, that celebrates people striking for what they believe in, because that's why we're all here today, isn't it? We've all come here today to make a stand, because the millionaires and public school boys and bosses and bankers down the road at the Tory Party conference have declared war on us at the moment in the working class in Britain. Cuts, saying that we're fighting the cuts, I mean, cuts doesn't even begin to describe what the Tories want to do to us. Everything that we cherish, they want to rip apart. Everything that we have fought for, they want to destroy. They say it's in the national interest. That's a lie. It's in their interests. That's why they want to do this. They're going to war against working class people in this country because they want to make every single one of us pay a terrible price for a crisis that we did not create. I am sick of hearing about gold-plated pensions that public sector workers have got. I'm sick of hearing about we've got to close playgrounds. We've got to close down school buildings programs. And there's all these people that are living too long. This is a problem. I'm sick of hearing about this. There is a deficit because we bailed out the banks. And the banks went bust because they were so obsessed with ever more profits that they went after. It was competition that caused the crisis. It was the market that caused the crisis. Crisis is built into the system, built into capitalism. It wasn't us who caused their crisis. And they want to distract us from this. They want us to help choose where the cuts go. They want us to fight each other, don't they? Cut the pensions, don't cut our playgrounds. Cut their jobs, not ours. Cut the private sector, not the public sector. And all the way around, they're trying to divide us. They want us to attack each other. They want to divide us also by race. They want us to attack migrant workers and say jobs just for the British. They want to attack and say women should go first and not the men. You name it, they want to divide us. And we have to turn around and say, we march together, we will not be divided. And as for that deficit, I'm a deficit denier. I don't care about their deficit. I don't believe there needs to be cuts. Because when we look at it, the deficit, getting it down, is just about getting their profits back. What I do care about is I do care about pensions. I do care about people with disabilities having to go through humiliating assessments to see whether they need to get their benefits. And so I need to say, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? Well, I think we've seen what we should do across Europe last week. 3 million marched in France yesterday. Millions went on strike in Greece, in Spain, in Portugal, all last week. We are going to need to see some of that in Britain. And so when the TUC say, and it's brilliant that they talk about coordinated action, we have to make that a reality. And so when we go back tonight and tomorrow to our schools and work and colleges, we have to go flat out. We have to bombard our unions in the TUC with motions calling for coordinated action. And in my language, coordinated action is a general strike, because that is what we need. Today is only the start. I think Right to Work has to be congratulated for calling this demonstration, and a number of 2 national conferences and protests around the country. It's only the start, bringing together workers and students, pensioners and the unemployed together to march. But Right to Work, I really welcome their initiative today on calling for unity, because Right to Work isn't the only organisation around. Look around the country. It's brilliant there's lots of demonstrations about the spending review in towns and cities across Britain. But sometimes there's 2 or 3 organisations calling different protests on different days, all about the same thing. This is not how we're going to go forward and beat the Tories and what they want to do. We need unity. We need to maximise our strength and work together and support the unity statement from Right to Work. But for me, I just want to end at one point, because I'm from the Socialist Workers' Party, and in the SWP, we believe it's important to talk about what we're for, not just what we're against. And actually, I don't believe that what we've got at the moment is as good as it gets. I don't believe that 21st century capitalism is all that we can get in this world. We lurch from crisis to crisis, from brutal war to brutal war, and we have fascists and racists marching on our streets. And even when there's a boom, there is still poverty for millions, and this race for profits means that even the future of our planet is threatened. I want an alternative. That's what I believe we need, and I think we have the ability to create an utterly different society, a socialist society where people come before profit, where the fact that people live longer will not be seen as a problem, but will be seen as a magnificent achievement of humanity. That filthy Tory Margaret Thatcher used to say in the 1980s, there is no alternative. Well, I believe we start here to say there is an alternative. We are the alternative. Go on, Bill. Thank you very much.